everybody. Weekly wrap. Welcome Josh. We've got Josh here to give us a hand this week, so you don't have to look at me or Lee all the time. You can hear a different voice. I'll get straight into it. We had only the one runner last week. We had Morris go around, mate, in the 2,000 metre benchmark 80 in what looked a very, very hot race for a benchmark 80 race at over Stakes Day. They ran, I think I was told by someone, they ran 11 lengths quicker than standard for the first half of the race, which you know yourself and we know if you're a horse that's we're thinking can get 2,000 metres, but we're not sure when they run at that pace. It makes it really hard.
It makes it real hard. Sort of, you get to the 600, and mathematically you nearly got to be better than Lonhro to pick it up, no matter what sort of grade you're in. So
yeah,
that was sort of evident throughout the whole carnival. They were, and which is obvious to everyone when it's everyone's grand finals, and it's the week that it is. The racing's obviously as tough as you'll find it. So
yeah, and out of that race, the two Genuine Stayers kind of won the race, I think. The horse that came over from New Zealand that had, England, that had Enable form, and Archie's horse that's a dead set stayer and wants further. They ended up being the toughest horses and grinding over the top, which generally those races are run. He had blinkers on first time, travelled well. Johnny Allen rode him a treat. He just didn't show the zip that he does over 1,600. You know, I think Mick's always says they improve after one run after 2,000 metres.
Yep, for sure.
And maybe a slower tempo would have suited us a bit, but he'll go around at Moonee Valley Friday week. There's a benchmark race there over 22,040. Test him out again over that and really work him out from there and see if we can get 2,000 metres.
Still learning plenty about him along the way, which is good, and it's always encouraging with a horse with ability. At least you know it's all there. You just got to sort of tinker around with a few things to get it out of it. So.
Yeah, that's right. Here's what Johnny Allen had to say after the race.
Hi guys, Mick Price here. Look, one thing is, putting Johnny Allen on, we did have every chance. I thought he was in a beautiful position because they run along some pretty quick sectionals there, like they were 11.98 and 12.05 and 11.71 early, and you saw where Colin Little's horse led and didn't quite sustain that. I thought for his first try at 2,000 metres it was satisfactory. I know he didn't win, but they usually improve once they've been over 2,000 metres. See what John's got to say, but I thought it wasn't a bad effort, you know. The horse is always game and honest. Maybe he got a little bit tired at the end of 2,000 metres. What do you think?
Yeah, look, doing super. The way he cruised up to him on the corner, I was probably expecting him to. We had a beautiful run, just peeled off their backs, turning in, and kind of cruised up to him, and I was expecting him to go on with it. But
do you think his last 200 metres he was?
Just like you'd say, be a little questionable at the 2,000. Maybe his first go at it, you know, he might have just felt the pinch late. But just
they usually improve after they've had a 2,000 metre run under their belt.
Yeah, look, I'm not saying he didn't stay. He'd be definitely worth having another go at that trip.
Yeah.
But just the way I cruised into it, I really thought I was going to be really in the shake-up,
Right,
you know.
we'll give him the benefit of the doubt anyway. You did your job, nice ride.
Yeah, like as I said, the race couldn't have worked out any better from everything. Just we cruised into the right time.
They were fanging along in front of you a bit, weren't
they?
Yeah,
they were rolling along good solid tempo, but we were one off the cover and got out to the 3-wide line, and
it's perfect ride.
Cruised into it nice, but yeah, just as well as he travelled into it, you'd have liked to. I thought at the time turning in, I was on the winner, but
anyway, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see what's on the calendar. Thanks, mate.
We had that was our only runner, but we had Jolene trialled on Tuesday morning. Went round in a very slow trial. Mick Price kind of informed us they were going to run the trials a lot slower because the track was pretty hard there, so they didn't want to stress those horses out too much. She looked great, nice on the bridle, and finished off strong. Obviously, she left here with a great attitude.
Yeah, we've always sort of liked her from day one. She's a horse we sort of had to probably wait ourselves rather than sort of ask her to wait. She's always been there and ready to do things, but patience will be a virtue with her, and she's got plenty of upside, and hopefully she's going the right way about it and ends up at the races soon.
Sorry, her race name's Fatal Bliss, stable name's Jolene. So she went round. La Flanays had a bit of a hit out at Ararat. You weren't at Ararat, were you?
No, I didn't get over there.
She had a bit of a hit out at Ararat on Tuesday, I think it was. Just a very, very light trial. Went round. Poi rode her. Said she felt nice. She's probably, Henry's taken his time with her. She kind of didn't. She had her for a little while. She just didn't spell as good as what we'd hoped. And she's got over there, and Henry's really taken the time with her, so hopefully that pays dividends in the autumn.
Yep, no, it should do.
We also had, so they were our 2 triallers. We also had, I think that was it, 2 triallers. Now, upcoming runners this week, we've got Crone, goes round in the Keith Node up in Queensland, big field. She's drawn the visitor school. She's not a visitor, she lives up there now, but she's drawn 13 of 16. Taylor Marshall on board. Gee, she's flying at the moment. I don't even know if she's been here with you.
No, she was through the
Rosemont system,
being part owners there. So.
Yep, but she's flying. She trialled really good first up, as you can see here, and I think that she'll run a great race. She's going to go around at $16 or $17. She never lets us down. I don't think she's ever put in a bad performance, so you know that she's going to be flashing home, and at $17, I think you can have something on her each way, and you won't be disappointed. Pinot Party, Little Romeo.
Little Romeo.
He goes round at Kyneton in a race that's today, Friday, in a race that has had a few scratchings and a lot of the main dangers have come out. He's going to be a fairly short price favourite. Drawn barrier 2, Froggy Newett on board. Let's hope he doesn't barbecue him this time. Just sits in behind him, and hopefully we can get the chocolates. Only thing I will say is he's been up for this is his 6th run in. He's a small horse. I think he'd probably even be better next time around. But you never know when these horses are over the top, do you?
No, that's right. It's a sort of turn up Sunday. They can stable obviously have some sort of feel, but sometimes it just doesn't end up at the racetrack the way you plan one day, and they've certainly had enough. So we were sort of a bit like that with High Class Harry. I know he was in a good race in the final, but it was his 10th run this prep. We sort of went there knowing he was going to have to be tied one day, and just couldn't do it at both ends. A bit reflective of Romeo last time. Sort of can't burn the candle at both ends and expect it to happen. So I'll see how he goes. It'll be interesting to see where he's at.
We just got Mount Madeira. He goes around at Donald on Sunday, Donald Cup Day. Harry Coffey jumps back on board, and we'll obviously send him around, hopefully ride him nice and positive there at Donald, and hopefully 2,000 metres as he's going, he can really put a string of some good form together, because obviously he was good 2 starts back then, but disappointing on a heavy track down at Sale. We're banking on 2 things there. The heavy track didn't suit him, and obviously the 1600 he was looking for a bit further this time around. So I think he'll be really competitive in a race that is not overly competitive, so hopefully we can get a good result there. Your stable's flying. Has been flying. Obviously, you had your setback Bendigo Cup Day. That's been well documented, and we probably don't really just talk or reflect back on that anymore. But High Class Harry, he was a great for you guys. You've got the other one that was in the Balan Cup. He kind of made made some great ground late.
Yeah, we probably sort of should have rode him a little bit more, not softer, but probably should have waited for the cutaway rail to sort of work to our benefit and scoot up the fence. But Harry Coffey rode the winner and sort of done exactly that. But he's a horse who's rated sort of 66 or 67, and his last couple of starts have been in 78s, and he's certainly not shying away from the task and not being beaten fast. So when the penny drops with him, he'll be a very nice horse. And a few of the other ones, little Piscatorial's due back in soon.
Yeah,
two-year-old winner.
I saw her. You weren't there. I went and had a look at My Gold Bracelet. She was in the paddock with her. She looks great. Yeah,
she's smelling up there with My Gold Bracelet up there at Leneva. So she's not far off a return. And I think at the moment of the 16 we got in work here, I think 6 of them are all 2-year-old unraced horses. So sign of times to come, hopefully, and we'll hopefully have another super girl amongst them at some stage. Yes,
I'll quickly touch on. I'll put some pressure on you. What of all the RTD 2-year-olds gone through the stable at the moment? Are you going to put your finger on one and put your neck out and say it could be our next really good horse, or are you going to keep the turtle in and keep
I'll probably stay in the shell a little bit at the moment, but there's obviously some really nice horses. I really like Leanne, who's obviously Speak of the Devil.
Yeah, there she goes.
That didn't happen on purpose, by the way. She's just returned from the track. She's a horse I think that's going to be interesting to know Henry's thoughts going forward with her. She's got a terrific attitude. Be interesting to see how far she gets this preparation. But as a 3-year-old, she's going to be a really nice horse, in my opinion. And I haven't spoken to Henry a lot about her. Whether she's going to be up and about as a 2-year-old, will obviously time will tell. But she's probably the one that immediately springs to mind. So we haven't got that sort of up and about youngster that that an Anjana was or something like that at the moment. She's sort of always still been that benchmark horse as far as 2-year-olds go, but there's a nice crop of horses going through at the moment that they're all going the right way about it, and sort of the next 6 to 12 months will be very interesting with our current crop.
Yep, that Leanne was our rich enough filly, hasn't been named yet. We better get onto that. You did have Toby early, that's our capitalist colt Profiteer. He's jumping out next Tuesday, maybe at Caulfield, or they could transfer him to Sandown. We're hoping they transfer him to Sandown because that's a really good jump out facility there. Do it up the back straight, and you can get a really good gauge on how they're going. Yeah,
we didn't have him that long. He was pretty professional. He's gone ahead in leaps and bounds from leaving here though, from all reports. So he certainly might be that one that gets to the race as a 2-year-old and hopefully impresses everyone.
Yeah, we moved him around a little bit, didn't we? We didn't want to get stuck in an environment. I think he went to Mark Young's, did a bit of work there, and then obviously went to Leneva and did some pre-training there. And that was only just because we thought he was a young progressive colt. You want to get him in different environments.
That's right, and he was quite hot too, so sort of getting used to the same routine would certainly be to his detriment. So shipping him around and doing various things has certainly done him wonders, and obviously helps those sort of horses, hopefully, that you aim for nice races, stay a colt, and hopefully, in the perfect world, he picks up a couple of nice races as a colt, and he's got a bit of residual post-career. So perfect.
We mentioned Leneva twice. I had a funny day there. Lee has finally got out of the bubble up there, and he came up to Leneva. He had the shorts on and the sneakers on, and we took him around Leneva. It was funny. First thing he walked out, we walked through the paddock, and he said to me, what are the snakes like at this time of year? So he was a bit jumpy. I had a bit of fun there, just kind of ruffling the grass a little bit when he walked past, and he was up and about and jumping around. And then I think a swarm of bees chased him somewhere as well. So I think he's been locked up in the bubble just a little bit, too long there.
Nothing like a city boy out in the country, that's for sure. That's
right. He was pottering around there, went in with the horses and all that kind of stuff. It was a little bit of fun. So he was up there. It was good. We saw your horse, saw Piscatorial. We saw all our 2-year-olds that you've had a fair bit to do with. There's little Frankie.
Frankie's come back from the shops.
She has come back from the shops. A handful of bags. No, she's got a hose. Done well.
Good God knows.
So that was a heap of fun. My tips last week were all up the poop because the Victorian tote, or whatever the tote, got shut down, so there was no Morphettville racing. My 2 tips are over at Morphettville. If you don't know, me and Lee are having a bit of a war on who can be a better tipster. At the moment, he's got me covered, but his best, I think, might have been Acadia Queen, which you've seen a bit of over here.
Yep.
My best, though, the races got called off, but there was a first starter 3-year-old Clarkson's, Will Clarkins got over there by Seamus Reward that I'd heard a bit of mail about, but obviously the races got called off and I haven't seen it race since. So this week I'm going with Princess Jenny, the Bendigo Cup winner, goes round in that Sandown Cup, is it?
Goes around the Sandown Cup, 3,200. So
I'm going on that theory that once the mares
find a bit of form, they generally hold it.
And that was a strong win in the Bendigo Cup.
It was. There's obviously horses who sort of going for bigger and better things there. The Pondus come out and he's run well in the Queen Elizabeth, obviously.
Yep.
So, she's obviously a horse that's got plenty of ability, Princess Jenny, and has shown that over time. She's Group 1 winner. So for her to come back out and capture that form in Bendigo Cup, you'd like to think that she'll hold that form into a race like that for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to have 2 because Lee has 3. The other one is Campasa. It goes around, I think, in race 3 at Sandown as well. Comes over from South Australia. Richard and Chantal Jolly bring it over. You should get $2 or $3 about it. I think it'll be in it to it up to eyeballs with.
They were 2 from 2 over the Spring Carnival.
2 from 2, yep.
So,
Craig Williams on board. Also have something each way. Oh, we didn't touch. Did I touch on Andrea Montagna? Sorry. It goes round 2,250 metre race on Saturday. 8 horses in it. It's met all these horses before. You worry about horses being over the top. He's had a massive campaign, but has not shown one sign of it. You had him here for a while.
Yeah, there's one horse who, and obviously throughout his career, he's probably been in work with some hard taskmasters. So he's certainly a horse who knows how to deal with being in work for a while and dealing with a bit of work, and he's as tough as they come, old Magnus. So it'd be good to see him go around again.
Yep, I reckon I can see him rolling to the front. I think something might come across in front of him, maybe Char Rossa or something like that, and then he could just pop off and sit outside him, and hopefully 22.50 will suit him, and he'll give a really nice strong kick late. So I think He's going to be a good chance. Peanut Party's a great chance on Friday. Crone each way on Saturday. I'd be having something. Don't let her go around without having something, at least a place on her. And obviously Kempasa and Princess Jenny are the horses to look at this week. Thank you very much. I'll obviously we'll catch up soon. We might do one with you every 2 or 3 weeks just to catch up and see how it's going. One other quick thing to mention: you're going to train one for us too. Violin, Hot Witness's little offspring, little colt by Outreach. I've shown some videos of her and that. Good to get another one.
Absolutely,
stable
yeah.
with
No, wrap with that, and thanks guys, and everyone who's jumped in him. He's Hot Witness Violin. She was obviously a horse that we never saw the best of. I know Weary had a big rap on her, and her form only reads a maiden winner and a 58 winner at Terang, but she certainly went well and truly better than that. Yes. And very exciting to have her first progeny by Outreach, who's we don't know a lot about the Outreaches at the moment, but he seems to be a really nice mover, and he's got a really nice walk about him, and we'll get him broken in soon, and we'll
leave him up at he's at Whitten at the moment.
Yeah, he's up in the Hunter Valley at the moment. So
we were just talking, we might even go on a road trip in February. We haven't told Cassie that yet, but we might go on a road trip in February. You could come home with 3 or 4 of them, you never know, in a float. And
take the float up the Hunter Valley, and it's a very dangerous sort of plan, but we'll see how we go. We've definitely got one spot there that we can't fill, so we can take a bigger float. We might try and get a bigger float too, but no, that'll be very exciting to go up there and see him, and we'll obviously get him broken in, and you can certainly get away with leaving horses up the Hunter for as long as you can. You know they get looked after up there, so it'll be exciting to lay eyes on him and get him in the system, and he'll add to our unraced stock here, which is hopefully, as I said before, a sign of things to come.
Perfect, mate. Thank you, and good punting.
Thanks, guys.